Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I just want to keep recording, you guys, so I can get more comfortable. So I'll just continue to record, child. I'll continue to record until I'm absolutely comfortable in front of the camera. And I think I'm getting more comfortable. I think I am. Ooh, let me not. She has some sweats. But Today's topic is femininity and how it relates to the Black American experience. And this is a very heavy topic to unpack because there's so many different facets when it comes to femininity and all different aspects. Femininity can be how you show up. A lot of Black women do show up and present themselves very feminine because no, we 100% eat that up. Like, I love Black women when they like put their best foot forward as far as like aesthetics goes. And I'm gonna leave that in another topic because we got to discuss like why people hating on women who like aesthetics. Like, God forbid a woman like something that's really pretty. Like, God forbid. But yes, so that's one facet. And then, of course, the mannerisms of being a feminine woman, and then also how it relates to other people. Yes, you guys, we do need to talk about us being feminine in the house, us being feminine with our men. And I know that is like something that might make a woman's chest seep into her stomach when I'm talking about the Black American experience, because we have experienced some of the most craziest situations. And it's like, I'd rather be the leader. I'd rather make my own money. I'd rather do things for myself rather than follow a man who is not leading me properly, who just disrespects me and all of the things. And we're going to dive into that, you guys, because we have to revive that. We cannot just leave it at a standstill. Like, imagine us never dealing with another man again because one man broke our heart. Imagine never being a suitable wife for one guy because of that past. Like, do we really want to give our ex that much power? Like, let's be honest. Like, seriously, you're never going to enter the dating world again. You're never going to give your potential husband the feminine best version of yourself because of that loser. No, like, let's be for real, y'all. Like, this is the chat for the girls. But yes, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how we just show up and just being feminine and how it's really rewarding being feminine. Okay? But let me start with saying this. Femininity is something that we just come into the world as. And I need you guys to hear me with this. Like, honestly. If you ever want to show a man or anyone how unhealed you are, show up masculine. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. If you ever want to show a man or any individual how unhealed you are, show up masculine. Masculinity is not our default setting. Some people will argue me on this, like, no, we're living in a different world. But I know from experience and dealing with people and just understanding myself on a whole nother level. I know that showing up masculine, it's like putting on some type of armor for women, especially Black women. When we are hurt, we become more like masculine because you don't want to get caught in the same vulnerable situation that allowed you to be hurt. So you go into these relationships with these men feeling like you know everything, and I wish he would tell me this and I wish he would tell me that. I'm not taking direction for no man. I'm not going to tell you what I bring to the table because I am the table. First of all, yes, you are, baby. You 100% are the table, but that's not the route we want to take. We take this approach where we know everything and we cannot be directed from a man. And to a man, that's scary. That's scary. We already getting big as hell. You feel like you could beat this and you might be able to beat him. But you ain't got to show him that. You can be very feminine. And I'm going to show you how femininity actually allows you to win. You will never beat him at being masculine. You will never beat him at being masculine. That's his playground. You're just a visitor. And you're really putting on the image you ain't even that girl. You're being fraudulent, girl. That's not you. And he's going to run that arena every single time when you show up masculine, because it's not your default setting. Okay? Women only show up as masculine when they want to guard a part of themselves from the outside. Okay? And I understand why you did it, but we have to heal past that. Because you do catch more bees with honey than the other thing that they said you catch bees with. I don't remember. But like, oh, it's so many rewards to being feminine, you guys. And this is coming from somebody who had an ex that would be like, you act like a nigga. I'll be like, yeah, you're never going to play with me because I'm showing up as a man, and I'm going to meet you where you at. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, no. If a man is making you feel more masculine, you have to leave him where he is. He's no good for you. If you cannot be a dainty, pretty princess, if you cannot own your emotions, if you cannot feel vulnerable, that is not a safe space for you, and you will never win in a situation like that. Let's start there. Something else that I wanted to talk about is, you guys, when it comes to the men that we choose, if we're showing up as masculine, what do you feel like we're going to attract? I really want us to use our logical side of our brain. Like, if you're showing up masculine, you're going to attract feminine energy. You're going to attract a man who wants to be doted on. You're going to attract a man who wants you to figure out all the problems. And I don't want you ladies to be like that. I want you to be pretty princesses. Like, recently there was a snowstorm in this area, you guys, and the single women was having it. Like, it was bad. It was bad. I'm not saying we're helpless without a man. I'm just saying that men help. A good man helps. Like, if you show up feminine, you're going to attract a really good man. You're going to attract a masculine man. And we'll dive into, like, how to determine if your man is masculine, like, in another video. But yes, you guys, I want you guys to show up feminine. It's okay. Like, you got to heal the things that's not making you feminine. That doesn't make you feel like you can show up feminine. You have to heal those things. One step at a time, of course. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. But you have to strive towards that, you guys. You know, because it's such a beautiful thing to just be a woman. And you receive all the masculine. Masculinity submits to femininity. That is like the biggest, okay? Masculinity submits to femininity. Like, if you are a damsel, you're going to get so many masculine people to, like, what does she need? Oh, let me help you. They want to be around that. They are attracted to it by nature, you know? And I only want you to understand that if that's something that you're welcoming. Now, if you want to be a butch, click off this video now. Don't even waste your time. You are God's strongest, and you keep moving forward. But as for the women who just want to be a pretty princess, and they want the world handed to them, and they want a man who's going to just take all the problems and take it as an honor, you know, not as like, oh, this is so much stuff on my back, but honestly, like, no, this is my woman. You understand? And this is what I want to do for my woman, because she absolutely deserves that. You're going to want to keep watching. But even if it isn't a man, it's so weird because, like, masculinity is everywhere. And honestly, even if you show up as a pretty princess and you're showing up very feminine, it's some women who are going to, like, assist and carry things, and because they're still operating in that masculine energy. And of course, they're still attracted to that energy. So they want to help too. So, I mean, to each his own, you know? But we have to get back to being like women. because, oh my God, you know it's something when the gays are doing it better than us. Like, that's crazy. I remember, and I hate to bring this up, but I remember Kevin Samuels and his like podcast or whatever. You guys remember Kevin Samuels and his podcast? I used to like look at that, and I was in a whole different mindset. I was very masculine at the time, and a lot of things that he said I would not receive. And honestly, I just wanted women to jump on his podcast to like really let him know like what's tea. Like, first of all, I just felt like he was shaming us all together. Like, I was very defensive when it came to his whole message and like how he would rate women and everything like that. I felt like it was disgusting, to say the least. But there were a few things that he said, and it's something that I still like think about often. I remember a specific video where a woman was like, be like white women. The white women trying to be like us. The white women trying to be like us. And he was like, maybe the hardware, they're trying to be like you with the hardware, but as far as the software, it's completely different. And although my subconscious like received that, I didn't understand what he meant until I evolved, until I decided, you know what, I'm going to go on my feminine journey. I'm going to try to be a little bit more healed, because that's really what it was. I didn't go on my feminine journey just to be more feminine or to be more attracted to men or anything like that. I just actually healed. And in my journey of healing, I became softer. But when he said that, I was like, what does he mean by that? But it was a question that was left unanswered until I got into this stage in my life where I'm like, oh, that's what he meant. Like the white women want to, they want the big lips, they want the audacious body, they want our appearance, but as far as like our mannerisms, they're good. Because it is a lot for a man to deal with a black woman, especially an unhealed black woman. Because a man never wants to be looked at as like beneath his woman, or looked at as like, if I say the wrong thing, she's going to embarrass me. Nobody wants to be done like that, and some black women, y'all curry y'all men like, damn. Ooh. I know a specific time I was putting my things into the storage unit, and this woman was going off on her man. Like, you could see the defeat in his eyes. I don't know what he did, but it could have waited till they got home at least. My heart dropped for him. So, I don't know. It's just definitely something we need to heal, because I know I don't want my man to feel like that. Ever. I wish somebody would make my man feel like that, yet alone me. Like, no. Absolutely not. But also, there's a bigger conversation that needs to happen. And it's something I'm still like chewing on, you guys, because it's so deeply ingrained in me that I kind of feel like I don't know. I'm having a weird experience. But the conversation of being submissive needs to happen. When I hear the word submissive, I don't know about you guys, but like I get cringy inside. Like, submit to what? Why? Who? I have so many different questions, and honestly, the word submit initially to me, it felt like a threat. My relationships in the past was nothing I wanted to necessarily submit to. I feel like the men that I was attracting, they needed guidance. I know they needed guidance. They still do. Leave them where they at. Like I said, leave them where they are. But when I first heard the word submit, I seen it as a threat, because the men that we are normally in relationships with, they don't deserve it. But the best advice I can give you for that is to leave those men. Leave them. They got to go. You guys, I be wanting to submit to my man. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't jump the deck on ship. I want to submit to him. I be wanting to submit to him. He's a good man. Girl, let me tell you something. I be doing all the things that I said I wouldn't do. I do it all, honey. My man called me and he be like, baby, I'm hungry. Girl, I done jumped out of bed one day, unthawed some fish, put some things together, and like I was flat so my man can eat because he deserves it. I be wanting to make him just as happy as I am. And that is how women show up in a healthy relationship. Fellas, if you are watching this, take note. That woman is a mess because naturally, regardless of what she's saying, if you are operating in chaos, because she's going to intensify whatever you give to her. That man make me happy. I be wanting to, girl, I be showing off. Like, I want to learn how to bake and everything.